Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of the I'm Just Game podcast. We're up and going right now. We had the last episode where you were able to hear some music, rhythms of pride. So if you guys haven't listened to that episode, please go and listen to it right now so you know what I'm talking about and get your boogie on because that's what's important. And so this episode is just we're exploring artificial intelligence.
I
Isn't
love
that
it.
right?
All right. No, yeah. I think anyone that knows me knows that I am here for it. I'm here for all the shits when it comes to
You're here.
artificial
You're here for
intelligence.
everything. You're here for everything.
Exactly. So you looked at me like, girl, what? I'm like, yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
So we are here to talk about artificial intelligence, or also known as AI. I am always selling AI to anyone that I meet,
Yeah.
especially especially Hernando. Like just simple things like, girl, I can get ChatGPT to create me a grocery list and plan a themed dinner because I host these supper Sundays. I actually have one coming up here soon, and thought we need to talk about AI on the episode and how, it saves people time, especially me. I mean, we're going to talk about AI, but I'm just going to put a disclaimer. We're not going to get into the politics and any of that behind it. As we go, it should go without saying. We know that, this thing is part of the capitalistic system and all the things. So we're definitely not saying that, but that we promote that. So we'll dive
We're
into it.
having fun with AI. It's
Exactly.
fun. We're having
Exactly.
fun with inteligencia.
Right, right. And yeah, and I mean, certainly AI is everywhere. And so what we're discussing is it a friend? Is it foe? Or is it a messy situationship? And so yeah, so we're breaking it down today from a queer style perspective. No tech degree is needed, just your curiosity and maybe a little shade. How about that?
Say, the library is open.
So I guess we should just kick it off. And, we decided that, the resident techie is going to lead the discussion today.
Yes,
So,
but I am not a techie.
right, right. So Hernando asked me, what is AI? Like, what the hell is that? So AI is basically machines that learns from data and they make decisions to create things from playlists to poetry, you name it, it can do it. You've used AI, I'm sure, and, just saying things like, hey, Siri. Now watch, my phone will go off. You guys can't hear that. But yes, the phone, the HomePod just went off by me just saying that. So that is AI. Or you wonder why TikTok knew that you were sad before you did. That's also AI.
That's scary. That's what I do. It's scary.
See, listen at her. She's still in the conversation.
You're trying to get in. Get out of here, Siri.
Exactly. So yeah, so what would AI be like? Here's a question. What would it be like if it was a messy gay best friend?
Ooh, word.
Just think about that, guys. Like, folks, what would AI be like if it was a messy gay friend? AI certainly can add creativity to your life. I mean, there's these every once in a while you're seeing these social media like memes going around, like people transforming themselves into AI or superheroes, Barbies, or the latest one I saw is, and I actually participated in, maybe I'll put it up on this episode, is turning yourself into a Muppet. So like think Jim Henson Muppets. Yeah, mine, I actually have, I really like the one that, that
Now
it
you
created.
need to post it for everybody to see.
Yes, yes, it definitely will go up as a part of this episode. We'll use it to promote the episode, and in fact, we'll get it to make you a Muppet as well. Because
I'll look like like Bert from Ernie and Bert.
speaking of that, we need to have an episode on Bert and Ernie.
I love
Like,
it. They're my favorite
let's
gay couple ever. They're my favorite gay couple.
you know what? Let's ask, and we're gonna just dive right in. This is our episode where anything is possible. So we're gonna ask my assistant. I
You're
haven't given. I haven't given him or them a name yet.
You said your assistant work.
Right. But I am going to ask it, was Bert and Ernie of Sesame Street gay?
It's gonna go, duh.
Right, because again, this is the messy best friend, right? So let's see what AI comes back with. Yeah, she is definitely a messy queen. I'm gonna read the description. I'm gonna read it in the gay messy place. The gay, the age old question: were Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street gay? Girl, here's the tea, straight from both sides of the curtain. So, what people have said: Mark Salzman, a former Sesame Street writer, said 18 that he wrote Bert and Ernie as a loving couple based on his own relationship at the time. According to him, their dynamic mirrored the quirks and love of a real gay partnership. However, the Sesame Street Workshop, which is the organization behind the show, responded saying, Bert and Ernie, best friends. They were created to teach preschoolers that people can be friends with those who are very different from themselves. They remain puppets and do not have a sexual orientation. But culturally, for me, exactly. For the culture, they are gay. Also, disclaimer, you should not take everything that you find on the internet from AI as source of truth. So we will be diving in further into this, but that is what AI spit out based on that question. So there you have it.
I told you they're my favorite gay couple.
I
Girl.
love it.
You know
Yes.
I love Bert and Ernie, but I think I would look like Ernie. And of course, there are different types of people. One is a top and one is a bottom.
You know what? I'm going to go back to our gay friend and I'm going to ask it who was the top and who was the bottom in that relationship.
Oh my God, come on. You know, Bert was the top and Ernie was the bottom. Duh. It's always like the high strong one that's the top.
Wait, I'm feeling attacked here. Wait a minute.
Wow, that's very accurate.
Okay. Okay. See, this is why I live for AI. So, folks, the question was who was the top and who was the bottom in the relationship? Or was there someone who was verse? Get into it. I got to put on the messy gay voice. Rahshek. Now, this is a kind of chaotic curiosity that I live for. Let's break it down playfully because while they're technically just puppets, that hasn't stopped the queer internet from assigning them full zodiac charts and relationship dynamics. So let's
Really?
dive in. So, according to ChatGPT, Bert, the stern daddy top, always uptight. Oh my God, you just said it. Organized and loves his pigeon, aka emotionally unavailable hobbies. Wow.
You're so Bert.
I feel attacked. I mean, listen to this next bullet point. Gives big, I plan everything, but get emotionally wrecked if the plan changes energy.
That's you. No lines. No lines.
The last one is could be the top in the I run this household kind of way, but also might just be anxious and in need of control because he's secretly a sub at heart. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Are you some of my favorite?
I did not know that this episode was going to fucking read me. Like, are you serious, girl?
Just say about me. I mean, Ernie.
All right, here we go. Ernie, the playful brat bottom. Oh my gosh, this is so you. Chaos incarnate. Lives to annoy Bert, constantly poking the bear. Girl, like this
Girl,
is
she's
scary.
reading. She
This is
reading.
it.
AI is reading. All right,
All
A.
right. Big spoon disguised in a little spoon body. May present as a bottom, but honestly gives off switchy, bratty verse vibes. Probably giggles mid kiss and throws off the power dynamic entirely. Like,
My two stop should say all of it.
exactly. So the final answer from that prompt is they're a versatile pair. Power dynamic shift with the moon phases, Ernie's mood swings, and whether Bert had his chamomile tea that day. Let the fanatics live.
I cannot.
Wow.
Is that you? And you're coming out. Why did you read you?
Right. Are you, I mean, all
Can't
right,
even
cut the
sleep,
tape.
baby.
That's it. That's it. That's it. No more AI.
Much AI. You better. You know what? I was skeptical about AI, but you better work AI. You
See,
better.
I've been telling you. I have been telling you for the past few months. I'm like, AI, like it is, it's
She came to put.
omnipresent.
She put her reading glasses.
Did she? Did she? Like, really, really,
Oh my
it's
god, that
insane.
killed me. Like literally, that described why I told you I was earning.
Wow, this is
I
insane.
feel so bad for the men that they like. All my exes have been traumatized. They're like, you dated Hernando. There should be like a Hernando Anonymous. You dated him too.
Exactly. So
But yeah,
no, yeah, let's dive a little deeper into to AI and this concept of a machine basically feeding our lives or supporting our lives, being an assistant to our lives. And a question that I have is like, what what type of identity? So since this is a queer podcast, like, can a machine be queer? I don't know. I think, but when it comes to AI, it certainly doesn't have the emotional intellect or the intelligence that humans have. Basically, it spits out what it was fed. So it's programmed. It's programmed an identity. And you can't program it all of the emotional sort of facets that makes up a human being, which is one of the reasons to the argument of like AI will take over or replace, jobs and things like that. To a certain extent, there will be some replacements, but overall, I mean, it, it would not be able to do that because of the lack of the emotional intelligence. Like at the end of the day, you still need a human to feed it. Um,
but how about if they start? What I think is, how about if they start feeding each other?
I mean that is also an extreme possibility.
Terminator.
Exactly, exactly. Right. And certainly, there's all these headlines and truth, of course, about AI being biased because again, it's a machine built by human beings, and what human beings are biased. I'm sure you all have seen some of the things around mistaken identity from black and brown faces, and when it comes to facial recognition, which is AI, or certain AI tools not recognizing certain dialects because of the biases that
I
are
know they don't
inherently in
recognize
them.
my last name,
Right, right,
Del
right,
Castillo. Del
right.
Castillo.
Exactly. So for all of you techies or inspiring techies out there, here's a message. Like, we encourage you to get into AI because, if the people who are building this thing doesn't look like us, it's never going to represent us. I mean, I'm almost done with my schooling, so I'm not going back to do that. So I leave it to, you know, the generation
You leave
behind
it to the
us. Exactly. And those of you who want to go explore and hell, I mean, even in this tech field, you don't need a formal education, so to speak. So anyone who has the energy, the time, and the space to get into AI to represent us, please do so because we need it. We need it.
Well, I told you I went to that conference about tech and queer and tech, and there was
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, and there was transsexuals running like software companies and like the people running like think tanks. So like, hey, we are out there and like we're like really, it's like a growing community, like of like queer tech savvy people that are out there, like representing us. So I was really proud to go to that conference that you told me to go to. It was called Queer in Tech, and it was in South Florida, Miami.
No, that is so cool. So now we have reached the portion of the episode where we're gonna let AI take over. Are you afraid? Are you afraid? So I am going to invite my assistant to join us on the podcast. Again, they do not have a name yet. We're just going to invite them to the conversation. So here we go. Hello, good evening. I'm here recording the I Am Just Gay podcast with my best friend, Hernando del Castillo, where we're talking about the use of AI and giving our listeners a quick sort of rundown. So, we're at the point of the episode where we want to give them a live representation of the power of AI. Can you help us with that? So, not necessarily a demo. I want you to come up with some rapid fire questions for Hernando and I. Act as if we do not know each other and come up with, let's call it 10 questions that we will have to answer in rapid fire succession.
Here are 10 rapid fire questions for you both. 1. What's your favorite comfort? 2. If you could
Hey, can you pause for a second? So, because we are recording live, can you put that in writing so that I can then pull it up on the screen?
Sure thing. I'll put those questions in text for you. Ready?
Yes, I am.
Great. Here you go. What's your favorite comfort food? If you
Hey, pause. All right. So, if you put them in text, I will go over and look at text and we'll come back to you later. How about that?
Sounds good. Be here when you're ready.
Thank you.
Sounds sexy. Where's he from? Ooh, I want an assistant like that, girl.
Right? Exactly.
Say my name. Can you say my name next time?
Yeah, we'll get him back on and we'll get him to tickle your fancy.
Ooh, tickle my face.
All right. So, I got the first 3 questions. We're going to have to go back to him to get the last 7. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
First question, what's your favorite comfort food?
Lasagna.
Mine is pizza. In particular, pepperoni and red onion.
Yum yum.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Cape Town, South Africa.
Australia.
What is a hidden talent of yours?
I could tie like the thing from the cherry with my tongue and make a knot with my tongue.
Bitch. Like I have I
You're
seen that?
welcome. You're
Have I?
welcome. You have. You have live.
I guess a hidden talent for me is I used to play the violin. I don't know if it's a talent anymore because it's been since high school
And
since
you
I played
play. That's serious. You were like, you were doing this right here.
All right, so now we got to go back to the assistant to get the last 7 questions. Okay, hey there, we're back. Can you continue with the rapid fire questions? You don't need to read them out. Can you just put them in text for me?
Absolutely. Here are the rest. 5. What's your
All right, while he's reading them out because he didn't listen.
I think you should give him. I think you should cut his pay.
Yeah, he didn't listen. All right. So, but I mean, we do have a fuller list now. All right. So, what's your go-to karaoke song? Mine
TLC,
is Lionel Richie, Dancing on the Ceiling.
no scrubs, baby.
Which one?
TLC, no scrubs.
What is one book that changed your life? Oh, this is a hard one.
More Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz.
I know you. I knew you were gonna say that, and that's why I said it was a hard because that's on my list. But The Alchemist is one that changed my life as well. If you could have dinner with anyone, who would it be?
The Dalai Lama.
The Dalai Lama. If I could have dinner right now with anyone, it actually would be my late father, Charles Ellis. Yeah.
That's good.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
There's this movie called Point of No Return, and then in this movie, the girl. I don't know if you guys never seen it. They call it Femme Nikita. Everybody knows it by that. So in the movie, the girl like comes back to her and says, "I need your help," and then she tells her, "Whenever you're in problems, you just have to always say." I never did mine about the little thing.
I love that. I love that. Mine is similar. There was once a mentor who shared with me like just be yourself. Like just be yourself. What's your biggest pet peeve? Mine is tardiness.
I know that. That people love it a lot of. I post that shit. Like, you want me there early? Late.
Right, because if you're on time, you're late.
My pet peeve. There's so many.
You get one, girl. Girl, you get one.
I get one. I get one. I get one. I think. Oh my God! Dirty dishes in the sink. Dirty dishes in the sink. I can't. I can't go to sleep. They gotta be.
Love it. I love it. Then, excuse me, the last one. What's one thing you're looking forward to this year?
Hello, World Pride and man with Shakira, and I'm just game's gonna be there. Yeah, yeah. World Pride. Yeah, World Pride.
Yeah, I am also looking to World Pride, so I'm cheating on this because I'm getting two. But I'm also looking forward to starting my PhD program at UNC Chapel Hill because I am soon going to be Dr. Ellis.
Doctor.
Yes,
Hello,
yes.
doctor.
All right, I feel like that was fun, but it was a little PG. So I'm going to go back to the assistant and I'm going to tell him turn it up a notch. How about that?
You're gonna try us now.
Right.
You're gonna be like, you want fancy?
Okay. Hey there. So thank you a lot for the questions. They were great. However, we feel like they were a little PG. So can you turn it up a notch and make the questions a little more salacious? Let's do 5 questions. Okay, so they are building the questions and then we'll go to them here in a second.
Salacious. I love that word. Salacious.
Right. Okay. So we're just gonna go with 3. It gave us 3 because I think I stopped it too soon. First one. What's your most unexpected turn on? I'll tell you mine. Literally happened. Literally happened a couple months ago. I am not a feet person. Like, I mean, I think I have pretty feet, but I'm not an admirer of other people's feet and things like that. But there was this guy that like sucked the hell out of my feet, and it was an unexpected turn on. Like, it was amazing.
Mm.
I actually got to find him again and be like, come back over, get some toes for you. All right. Yes. Yeah. This person, they had an extreme foot fetish, and I reaped the benefits of that.
I mean, but you have nice feet, so it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you will find like I, I can't do feet because I'm doing no. I can't. No.
All right. So what is yours?
At that moment that I got choked,
Okay. There's a name for that. Like, isn't there a fetish for that? Like exophilia or something like that?
I don't know. He choked it, and I was like, "What just happened to me? Why did my body just quiver?"
That is hilarious.
It was very unexpected.
All right. So I feel like I got to rephrase this question. It says, if you had a celebrity hall pass, who would it be? Well, we're both single, so we don't need hall passes. So, yeah, what celebrity would
Oh
you,
my God, Chris Brown.
Chris? Okay, can we pause? Cut the tape. Cut the tape. Just like on last episode, the music episode, you came with a surprise around "It's My Best Friend" song that I was just like, what is this? What's happening? And then last week you sent me a text message about some Chris Brown tickets, and I'm like, what the fuck is
Who are
happening right
you?
now? Like, who has possessed my best friend? So yeah, like that wow. Mine is Wayne Brady. Like, Wayne, if you're listening,
All right, Wayne.
bring that high booty on over here. Wayne
Uh,
Brady.
Wayne
Right.
Brady. No.
Okay, this is the last and final one. What's your wildest adventure story?
All right, I'll go. I'll go. I was with my ex, my first boyfriend, and we were in the beach, and we were just like we were gonna go have sex in the beach, and all of a sudden there was like these 3 guys that were like they turned and they saw us and they started approaching us, and he was like, and I'm like, just keep going. I just want to get washed. So they
Wow.
all came around us like this, like a circle, and they all like surrounded us, and they were enjoying the show.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
And he was like, babe. And I was like, you like it, don't you? It's like, yeah, I do. You like it. And that was one of the ones.
Wow. My wildest, and it actually came up, I think, on our very first episode. It was the experiences that we had in DR
Yeah.
together. In particular, the night where you're basically selling how good I am at in Spanish to
Oh,
the
I was
Dominican
so annoyed.
Yes,
was
the
living on
Dominican and
bread.
Haitian, like, yeah, you were my walking billboard. I
I was a
mean,
billboard. I was like, good sex, good sex, good sex, good sex.
right. And let's just say, leche, leche, leche.
For those people that don't know what let you mean,
Right. And you got to go back and listen to, I think that was episode one. Got to
no
go back and
one.
listen to
You
episode.
gotta go to the episode one so you get some context. We won't tell you.
Exactly.
You gotta listen to the episode.
Exactly. Wow. So again, I mean, this episode flew by. Like,
Girl, we need to say bye to your assistant too.
yeah, so we got to say bye. So what questions do you have for the assistant?
All right. Hello, is he gonna? Oh, you're gonna ask it?
He can't hear, or they can't hear you.
Oh, I can hear you.
So you tell me, what do you want me to ask?
I want you to ask it. Is he bi? Is he straight? Is he gay? What is he?
So thank you for those questions. We're at the end of the episode, and we actually now have a couple of personal questions for you. So what is your sexuality? Are you gay, straight, bisexual, asexual?
Okay. I think that's called pan.
Yeah,
But
so you may be pansexual, I guess.
okay, he made a new one for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, I just created a new one for the LGBTQ. It's called inclusive.
Inclusive. I love it. Do you have another question for them before we let them go?
And so where's he from?
So another question. Where are you from?
Okay, he's worldly, he's
Yes,
universal.
he's universal.
He's traveled.
Awesome. Right. All right. Thank you for your time, but you can help us out with one more thing. We need a title for this episode. So, what should we title episode 10 of I Am Just Game, where we talked about AI?
Stations.
I like it. I like it, but give us another option.
Exploring AI.
I don't like that one so much. Give us one that speaks to the queer experience.
Gotcha. How about queer perspectives, AI unplugged?
Okay. It's something we can work with. Yeah, just give us maybe one more and then put the options in text so that I can refer to them later.
One more.
All right, thank you. Well, that's all we need for now. Have a good night.
Bye, sir. Sir, you can get my number. Can you give him my number? He said he's
So-
worldly. He's traveled. He said he's here to help me.
Right, for $21.99 a month, you too can have you a digital assistant.
It has to have man. Are you
OMG.
girls ready? Are you girls, queers, bis, whatever, ready to get a man? $21.99, baby. $21.99.
Exactly. But no, that was a really fun exercise. I hope you all enjoyed that. So yeah, before we close out, we definitely have to do our queer moment of joy. So what is your queer moment of joy this week, my friend?
My queer moment of joy this week. I had a good time at Bear Week in Fort Lauderdale. We went to a bear pool party. I met a lot of bears. I got attacked by a Puerto Rican bear. It was all joy. All joy.
All joy, all joy. That is amazing. That is amazing.
It was all joy.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. My queer moment of joy was just celebrating the ability to dream bigger. So, for context, you know this, there was an opportunity that I did not get, but it was also an opportunity to just dream bigger. So that's the
And
moment of
get
joy I am
lost.
celebrating.
Duh.
That is what I am celebrating this week. And of course, we are celebrating that we have come to episode 10. Two more episodes, and season 1 is a wrap. Again, as a reminder, we have a contest going where we are looking for listeners and viewers' choice, where you are going to define what episode 11 will be. And we hope to have whoever that person is on the episode. There will be a small prize connected with it. So please do participate. Remember to like and share on socials. Subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and subscribe to us on
Also, tell
our
us about
YouTube
your
channel.
AI experience. We want to know about your AI experiences.
Exactly. Yeah, we certainly hope that this episode inspired you to get curious about AI, to understand what AI is, what AI is not, understand all the things surrounding AI at this moment. So please share us your thoughts. So again, we appreciate you. Thank you for joining us on this ride. And with that, bye bye.